I'm going to take a short here, guys. I'm going to take this short instead. I'm going to attempt another trade here, guys. Okay, I'm going to attempt to take a long here. Okay, I'm going to risk 0.5% for this trade right here, like that, and my target is going to be much higher. Hey, what's up everyone? Unfortunately, I tested positive for COVID, so I'm currently on quarantine, but I managed to do 2 live sessions this week, and this video for you, these are the highlights of every trade I called, managed, and took during the live sessions. I enjoy making these videos, it takes time and work, so I would really appreciate if you like and comment, and if you want to participate for a free one-on-one, make sure to comment #SMS. As always, if you're interested in my mentorship, you can check the link in the description, and without further ado, let's begin. You can see here, we made a higher high, price grabbed liquidity below these lows, and then it made a new higher high. So we have to consider this one as part of the red structure, okay? Because it did grab liquidity and produced a higher low. And that means that now this red structure is actually bearish, because now we have a bearish break of market structure down here. Price did break the structure, however, we are coming from an unmitigated level right here. And this means that price could mitigate this order block or this range, this reaccumulation by grabbing internal liquidity above each one of these highs and then pushing lower following the higher time frame break of market structure, or they could push higher again and then push lower. So we have these two options. And this is a good example of the rule where you should wait for a second confirmation. The first confirmation was this break of market structure, but since price is coming back to test from this level and mitigating accumulation, then we need to wait for a second confirmation. Let's jump into lower time frames directly. We have selling climax to automatic rally, second ideas on phase B, failed uptrend action, spring, and then break of market structure. Now, what is volume saying about this accumulation? As normally happens on the selling climax, we have high volume. Then volume is pretty much flat throughout the entire range, except for the spring, where there is very high volume, price failed to continue going lower on a supposedly downtrend, which is a sign of strength, obviously. But then at the break of market structure, we didn't have much volume. We are only seeing volume at the top right here, and price not going higher as it should if we are coming from an accumulation. So what is this telling me? For some reason, the buyers that are stepping into this market are being absorbed by sellers, and these sellers are probably going to try to push price lower. Technically, this pullback that happened after breaking this high, for those who are new to the sessions, I will put the labels here, all the labels. We're going to get structure, and now we have the last point of support. So this last point of support or backup is a point of interest in which price could reverse from. But for now, the bias is to push lower. So actually, if there is a good setup, we could look for shorts. So far, what we have here is a buying climax, so automatic rally, uptrust, graphically speaking. Now, what is volume telling us? Okay, there is some absorption here before breaking this supply zone, this candle. They break, but when they break, volume is decreasing, which is a sign of weakness. There is no intention to go higher. Price pushes lower, there is high volume at the bottom, which is bullish. Price pushes higher again, we have the uptrust. Price pushing higher, but volume is decreasing, again bearish. And now we are pushing lower, high volume at this bullish point of interest before breaking it, and now we are breaking it. So we have a break of market structure here. However, we are now coming from this unmitigated level. So if we wanted to take a short from here, we should wait for a second confirmation now, basically another break or redistribution. Okay, we are testing this distribution here. The main point of interest is all of this range, and we have a tiny little distribution right at the top right there. Price pushing lower now, volume starts to increase at a bullish point of interest, telling me that this is apparently about to be absorbed and price push lower. There we go. And this is happening with increased volume. I'm going to take a short here, guys, like this. It's a very short-term short into these levels. 2.6 pips stop loss. The first take profit would be at these levels where we have these equal lows. From here, price could reverse, so we have to be careful with that. Okay, target hit, baby. Let's go. The first good trade with COVID. Okay, I hope you made mine with trade. I did. This decision time, I think price is about to go lower. Okay, we are about to hit this unmitigated level one more time. We just see high volume and price not going any higher from this level. Like, it's definitely is about to break lower. Let's wait for it to be broken. Price likely going to push below these levels, these equal lows. So this is the target for any short trade that we could take. So let's think it this way. We have equal lows, right? If they want to push higher to induce buyers one more time as the last hope for buyers before breaking, then they will probably break this resistance level, this equal highs, and then bounce lower. So I'm going to set my limit here, guys. I'm going to set this sell limit right here. Stop loss is 2.7 pips. Okay, this is going to leave without us. We could take a short here, riskier. Lower low, lower high, now lower low. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to take this short instead. I'm going to risk only 0.5%, okay? Just to avoid missing a trade. If I'm wrong, well, I lose 0.5%. That's the risk of knowing. Okay, I got stopped, minus 0.5. So remember we said there is a decision to be made when price hitting this level and this one. If price wants to go higher, they will reaccumulate, or reissue it if they want to go lower. So far, what do you see highs here in terms of liquidity and structure? Price is building equal lows, and is attacking the buy side liquidity over and over again. They did take this high out, but that's fine because they mitigated this total block. Now, if we do see a break on market structure, we could look for shorts, and the first target for that short are going to be these equal lows here, if there is a confirmation. Now I'm going to move this alarm here because it seems like we have a lower time frame distribution here, buying climax towards 1-0 rally. So if this gets broken, I'm going to be interested on looking for a short. I'm going to clean this up. Okay. We have a lower time frame bullish structure. Oh, Euro doesn't give me a break. Okay, I'm going to attempt another trade here, guys. Oh, risking 0.5% and aiming for these lows. I'm risking 0.5 since I already risked once. So I'm going to take this trade. Hopefully it hits my limit. Since it is a very tight range on USD, we don't have much Rs to get out of the market if we are right. Oh well, let's see how it goes. I'm 1% up. If I lose this trade, I'm going to be 0.5% up only. I'm not in the optimal conditions, so I'm going to stop trading for the day if I win or I lose this trade. I like where my entry is. It's at a level where I wouldn't expect price to break. And if it does, I'm fine with closing a break even. I will look for another re-entry if I get stopped at break even at this stage. So I'm going to decide to place my stop loss at break even right now. But it's going well, depending on how much you risked. But it's already 1.7, really nice. Okay. Now, what is the purpose of this uptrend? Well, since we are touching this very short block, this uptrend is on risk of being broken right now to mitigate this order block. So right now I'm anticipating a move lower to grab internal liquidity and perhaps give us an entry to go long again, following our bias of breaking above this high and this high right here as part of the manipulation to induce buyers. Now, having this in mind, I would love to see price taking out these lows very soon. And after that, if we see a change of character, a bullish sign of confirmation, we can take it on to go higher. So this range here, this consolidation worked around this one right here. So I'm going to mark this level because it's relevant. You can see how we had a sign of strength and then spring. The sign of strength broke structure and then immediately after it went after the low and tapped the liquidity below that low before breaking higher again. This counts as our main order book. If price decides to retrace now, a reversal area could be a combination of this level with some of these levels. So we have, okay, the alarm is on. Okay, now here in USD, let's see if we have any confirmation to take a long. So far we are on a lower time frame downtrend. The last lower high for this downtrend was obviously this one. So I want to see this getting broken to take a trade, unless they want to reverse now. If they did want to reverse now, then they will probably mitigate this order by pushing lower, grabbing internal liquidity, failing to make a lower low and then breaking higher, or make another liquidity grab and then breaking higher. In any of these two cases, we can take a trade, but we need to wait for this to happen. Either this to be broken or having a stop hand and then the previous high getting broken. Okay, we have a broken change of character here on the 5-second chart with a break of market structure. Price should be able to push higher from here definitely and break the entire range. Okay, I'm going to attempt to take a long here. This range right here, right now. Okay, I'm taking this long. The good thing about scalping is that you're right or wrong very quickly. If I'm wrong, I'm going to know that very, very soon. I know what went wrong. The correct way of having taken this trade is waiting for another confirmation, because price here, when it broke the structure, giving me the confirmation, when it was coming back to test this accumulation, it was coming from this level. So when this happens, you have two options: either price makes a lower low and breaks, or test like I was assuming it would and then break higher. Now price, I think, is likely going to move higher again, so I do want to take another trade. Let's see what's happening. We do have high volume at the top only, which is bearish. Price is breaking higher, but volume is not there, so it's not good enough yet. Okay, that's our second confirmation right there. Okay, I'm going to risk 0.5% for this trade right here, like that, and my target is going to be much higher.
I see a change of character, Augusto.
Yeah, this
redistribution. Yeah, buying climax, going to correction, possible spring.
You mean
down.
this one?
Yeah. If you look at it on the 15 minutes, or 15 seconds rather.
Yeah, from the 15 second, it is a change of character, definitely. I had to use that.
Spring down.
Yeah, it is possible. However, you can see a price on this move up, it pushed higher and volume increased, so that's bullish still. And this potential quote-unquote distribution is happening after an accumulation was finished and broken. So it's not the best place to do for distribution, and volume on this uptrust is bullish still. The reason that we have this change of character here is probably because of these equal highs. As soon as they grabbed, there were some selling limits here and pushed price lower, but then price kept on going higher. Smart money didn't want to sell; they want to buy. And that's why we are for now pushing higher. So let's see. It is a possibility that this trade can be held up until this high, or at least this high here. In that case, the R will be much better. How much is it? 8.7 divided by 2, 4.3. We do see price pushing higher and volume not increasing, which is not good. Okay. I will move my stop loss at break even at this moment, because it's not much what I made. It's the same decision I took yesterday. Since I'm risking 0.5%, I do want to see higher moves to justify risking 0.5. Now that I'm in profit, I can move my stop loss and break even and secure my account. So if I get stopped out, I can look for a re-entry if there is any. Otherwise, if there is no re-entry, then price will probably continue lower. Well, anyways, this is the backup or last point supply of this. Last point support of this range. So it is real that price might tap into this level now and then push higher and taking us out. That's a possibility. Maybe a safer stop loss would be here below the last point of support, risking 0.25 more or less. I will move it at break even. Okay, because if it does go until this level, to these levels right here, very close to these equal lows, we have equal lows and an imbalance. So in that case, it will probably do something like that and take me out anyway. So yeah, I will keep my stop loss at break even here. In 25 minutes, we have the news release. Today's high is up here, so let's say it hits this high as a target is 6 hours, more or less. Okay, I'm personally closing. I don't want to be this trade anymore. Made my money back and made profits, so I'm happy with that. And we are about to hit the news. It's safer to stay away from the market. The best thing you can do if you want, if the news are in favor of the trade, then price is likely going to explode higher and hit this target, okay?